Alright, be smart out here. Going green. Be ready here. Green flag, green flag. Car high, careful. Outside, outside. Five to go, 5 to go. Excellent lap, good job. Careful, still there. White flag next time by. That'll earn you a few stage points.
Oh, great, Steve. Oh, I mean, hi, Dave.
Hey, what's up? Racing dirt. Man, you see all those fucking sales on those video games?
I started to look last night.
To the green, driver.
After you got off, I
Be
talked
ready
about it for a while, and I didn't even feel like playing anything. I started to look
All right,
at
here
it.
we go. Nice, good corner. Stay on the bottom.
NBA 21.
What?
NBA 2K 21.
Nephew was trying to get me with that. I'm like, dude, I got
Cheap,
you
it's like $14. 14, $15. That's motherfucking fucking I don't know.
Sounds like the car though, like far away.
Huh. I don't have to take it. Did you buy that car today?
No. I took my uncle with me. I went to the insurance agent first just to double check to make sure it wasn't going to go up a lot. It was only going to go up a little, about $100 a half every 6 months, so not a big deal there. I got there, I called and told it haven't watched it. My uncle was going to check it out.
That counts 5.
He had little, just minor, like minor scratches and here and there, but they were kind of white scratches because of the color of the car, so they're sort of noticeable, but it didn't really bother me. There was a couple little dings, like small dings here and there, but and then when we were checking the gaps out on the car and stuff, it said it was in like a fender bender, and the one headlight gap was like off. Surely off. So my uncle was like So eventually, like, we checked out for about 20 minutes because the sales guy that I dealt with, he was another customer. So he finally comes out here all along. The two of me are really trying to chat. But, anyways, we popped the hood and the fucking headlight was broke.
White flag, next time.
Like, one of the plastic tab that connects it to the body was, like, fucking broke. Like, they half-half fixed it whenever it was in the little fender. So, you know how much this fucking headlights are?
Top 5.
Huh.
My dad looked it up, he said $1,400
For a headlight?
for a headlight. I did a quick search on the internet, I was getting about $1,000 for a headlight. Yep. They got all that LED shit in there, the high, like the HID LED ones.
Yeah, I need to come to Ohio and sell that shit because that shit's fucking expensive. I get that shit at fucking good ass price.
Yeah, like I can get the headlights like mine, LED,
But
like the factory. Like,
but I know what you're saying. Is the mic any better?
yeah, now it's like normal.
It's the housing, you know, fucking it's expensive as fuck. My Tahoe, it ain't that expensive, but it's a couple $100 for housing for a headlight or tail light. That's like my girlfriend's car. They said that her 2010 Fusion. They said that the grill was cracked, but we needed a car, so we went ahead and bought it anyway. They said that a car on the lot didn't have good brakes and rolled into the back of it. Man, bullshit. The fucking, like when you pop the hood, the radiator support, it goes all the way underneath the car. It's all one fucking piece. That's all fucking busted. So you got to get the grill, the headlight, and then you got to get that radiator support thing that you see up on the top, and it goes all the way underneath the fucking car. It's like all that shit's like fucking, it's more than what we paid for the car.
Yeah, that's what my uncle kept saying too, because he's like, well, that broke, and yeah, there's all that shit. There's like this big piece that goes across.
Yeah, there might be something broke further down.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. Yeah, he's like there. I can almost guarantee there's something underneath the towards the bottom on the bottom that broke too, because it moved around quite a bit.
Yeah.
So they knocked another 1,000 off, and then. You know, he still, I mean, you know, I could tell he wanted to still try to sell it, but he was like, man, I'm not trying to be pushy. We drove all this way here and back, you know, and see if I can, you know, we can maybe still work something out. And I'm like, well, I had my uncle talk to my dad, They put, another strike against it. They did put new tires on it. They're fucking summer tires. Like, they get sticky when they're hot. They're like, you know, I don't know why the hell they did that.
Coming to the green, driver.
Because it's set up.
Never heard of summer tires.
Yeah, there's a high performance 4-cylinder one. It's like,
Well, another thing when it comes to tires, something I didn't know, I've had a TikTok video I watched is on one side of your tires, like there's a DOT stamp, right? But next to that DOT stamp, there is a born date of when the tire was made, and most tires only last for 4 to 6 years before they start going bad. But they normally put that date when they put it on. They put it on the inside so you can't see it. So you should always check that. I didn't know that tires had a fucking date on them.
yeah, they start to get like dry rotted and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's more like if the car sits, as long as you're like using the car on a semi-regular basis. Because I've had some really ass tires.
Yeah, I have too. I mean,
there's some on my Firebird, and that thing's sad.
Hammer down, green it out. Got a car load now. Two to go.
Nothing. No, that wasn't a car sad.
All right, you're clear.
I drove it, tried that for a little bit for 5 years, and then it sat. And they still held there.
Got a car high now. All clear. Last lap, get your mark.
For some reason they put like
Got one inside.
I put the tread, the first one tread. There's my uncle was almost they look kind of ballpark of how much Corvette
Top
tires
5
are.
out stage. That'll get the job done.
yeah, I never knew that there's like different tires, you know, like that.
Actually, if you get the performance, if you're ordering one of them performance ones, the performance package, there's usually these they're basically summer tires. They're rated for higher speeds. When they get warm, they get kind of sticky for like handling, and yeah, they're definitely not.
Huh.
And there wasn't. I took a picture of the sidewall and shit. And they're like, I did a quick Google search on them, and they're like everything. The temperature rating is A, and there's something about AA. Like they're like AA 300. So they're not even. I was gonna look that up. I forgot again because I was at the dealer. I couldn't see nothing on the phone because it was fucking bright as fuck.
Right.
Turn the fucking brightness up. I was there and still couldn't see shit.
Coming to the green, driver.
Yeah, that was one thing I was like,
here.
I don't know what you're gonna do with the tires. You don't even do it. They ain't gonna do nothing in the room. Which makes no sense because the local that traded my car in on that dealer, they drove the shit out of it in the winter time. They went through like 4 or 5 roads and they were like driving it all through the fall and the winter and shit. One year they had it. So I don't know why they let these guys do it. Must have been cheaper and paid for the tires. If I'm thinking right, they spent about the same amount of money on those, which I did with my whole season.
Yeah, who knows what kind of, like, my tires I bought. My Tahoe. I just bought some fucking tires from Walmart. They were wearing on the side. Well, my back tires were the tires that was on the front, and there was an A-arm that was bent, so they were wearing on the outside. And when we went down the tread, you know, in the middle of the tire wasn't so bad, but on the outside, when we went over to Missouri, I was a little worried about it actually. And so yeah, I just bought the tires from Walmart, get me through. Because I don't drive my Tahoe like in the winter. Not really.
The headlights.
Damn.
It wasn't fucked up. I probably could. Oh, the one rim had a little road rash on the outside edge of it. I mean, not ideal, but I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I see fucking people all the time on Facebook Marketplace instantly pick their fucking rims off the stock rim and buy new ones and try to sell them.
Well, because a lot of times those stock rims, they get that, I don't know what it's called, but the fucking, you know the coating that's on the outside, it fucking fades all away. And fucking, then the rim's no good. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like like the clear coat ends up coming off, so then the coating, the paint coating, ends up coming off. It looks all pitted and shit.
Oh, yeah. See, a lot of the ones I've seen are off newer ones, and it's like they took them off and got new wheels and tires, like aftermarket.
Yeah.
That's how I was like thinking. I mean, I was like trying to do the pros and the cons. I was like, well, if I have to I could probably get on Facebook Marketplace and get a rim because there's tons of them. There's like, they sell these fucking whole brand new, they're like brand new, never driven so many miles. So cars in, you know, it's like they got the car, they have more money, they want to put rims on it. I mean, there's one design of those wheels that is on so many of those fucking cars.
You got room.
Like that was this one.
Hold your line. Got one outside.
Wheels that I only. It was just like similar to the wheels on my car, just a little bit of an updated version.
Bottom clear. Inside.
They don't look
All right,
bad.
you're clear.
That's like the default wheels of that car.
Clear low. All clear.
I don't know. It's fine. I got to drive one twice over to the one today. I took it for a long
All right,
drive.
you're clear.
Tell you what, now. I drove it in Sport Plus mode again, and it's fucking thing like smooth. And then I was like, oh, I wonder what normal mode is like. And it's bogged down and slow like my car. Like my car, I felt it is actually fairly quick. This one's even quicker. But you can tell, like, I put that bitch in normal mode at a stoplight, and then I go to take off, and it's just bogged down. Like, more going for gas mileage and shit. Top that bitch in fucking Sport Plus though, and then in that fucking track mode and drag mode are supposed to be even faster.
Huh.
I kept telling my dad, each setting's got their own stability and traction.
Yeah, it's just more shit to go wrong though.
Ah, yeah.
But these newer cars are that way anyway. I mean, they got so much shit, you know.
Yep.
I mean, you can look for another car, or you can put the money in yours. Get yours real nice.
I should have done more upkeep to it about, you know, for like 30,000 miles. So then at this point, I wouldn't have to jump in. So it's done a little bit of that.
We got one to go.
It's nothing mechanical. I like the I mean, I just fucking, I filled up the gas station down right down the road where I live. And I filled my truck without getting pretty close to empty. I had like 387 miles on that tank, and I still had about a little over a gallon and a half of gas. I put like 14.4 gallons in the tank, in the car to fill it, and my tank's 16. So that's pretty fucking good, I think. I think the most I've ever gotten on that was like 423.
I know, I wish it wouldn't cost so much to paint my Tahoe. I like to get it done, but
being a big ass truck like that.
I think it's gonna be cheaper to wrap it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely it would be. Have you ever looked into the prices on that?
My buddy that does it, I think he told me gonna be around $5,000, I think, to wrap it. And I took it to this one place here in town. They're probably more expensive of the place body shop to go to, but they're really good. They told me no less than $10,000 to paint that Tahoe.
Yep, that sounds great. I would think if they do everything right, it would probably be, I would think, even close to the 15. I'll ask just out of curiosity. I mean, like, what kind of like condition is yours? Does it need a lot of body work?
It don't look like it has any rust or anything. I mean, it's got some scratches and there's a couple dings here and there, but fucking, I mean, for the year, for an 08, it's in really good shape. You know.
Yeah, if I remember, I'll ask him to see how much what he thinks it would take to finish 2000 completely repaint the whole thing. I would. God, yeah, that 10,000. That to me seems even a little light.
And that's what I paid for it. I mean, I really don't have to fucking pay double. But I really like the vehicle. So I kind of, and I know at some point I'm gonna have to get the motor done probably. You know, my miles ain't real high for a Tahoe yet. Since I see ones on sale all the time for like 230 to 40, 50,000. Mine's only got, I think mine, when I got it, it was low, like 150, barely 150. I think it's got around like 170, I think, 170 something.
Be ready here. Green out, let's go.
How long did you have it?
I think about a year.
Car outside. All right, you're clear.
The only thing I ever hear is there's when you go to take off, it makes like a kinking sound. But I looked that up, and evidently all Tahoes have that fucking sound. To me, that's a fucking, it worries me because to me that sounds like fucking drivetrain, like a drivetrain linkage or something. But I searched it, and everybody complains of that. But and I'm not really worried about the extra weight from the speaker box because it's the Z11, the Z whatever. It's got the upgraded fucking suspension and shit. It still squats in the back though. From that box.
Here to go.
I don't know, like with all that noise they have that actually weight attack, I'd keep my eye on it.
White flag in the air.
You know, it's got that actually heavy punch attack.
Yeah.
A lot of times people don't, they don't
Hot five that stage. That'll get the job
I know,
done,
I
driver.
never, I mean, I probably should have, but I never did.
I mean, you know, there's a lot of audio cars. I mean, they got a ton of fucking weight. Like this one dude, he's in the base group, and he was asking anyone if they knew a budget-friendly way to stepping up his back in. He's got a wall, and you know, he's got fucking a lot of wood like in the trunk. He's got a badass build. It's all fucking flush. He's got lights and all kinds of shit. He's got a lot of weight in there. If I was him, because he doesn't really drive it, he trailers it most everywhere. I just put in fucking metal spacers so it wouldn't allow the ass end to come down. Because he doesn't, you know, it's not like he drives it on the highway and shit.
Coming to the green. Ready.
Because see, I was thinking about getting a new motor for that Festiva, but it runs and everything. I'm just gonna get this one goop stuff to fucking fill that fucking thing over there. It's what her dad said to use. Because I'm not gonna drive it. I might end up once I, you know, maybe driving in town here and there, but it's gonna get trailered everywhere. Well, not actually trailered. I'm gonna get one of those things that you put on the front wheels, and I'm gonna pull it behind the Tahoe. All these guys all of a sudden don't know how to drive. And that dude just fucking glitched by me. What the hell? Bristol.
Still there. All clear.
I think the league might start fucking tomorrow. I need to actually look that up. But man, these setups are alright. The guy that drives them, man, he's super fucking fast, but to me they're slow. They handle great, but I just wish they had a little bit more speed.
Go, driver.
Yeah, but I haven't messed with these. Like at Bristol here, I'm just getting to the red at the end of the straightaway. I think you need to be a little bit further in that, but maybe he has it set that way. That way, if you're in a fast room, you know, you're not going to be redlining.
Top five that stage. That'll get the
Top
job done,
5.
driver.
I swear to God, if everybody pits, I'm not pitting.
There's a 2017 Mustang. It's basically the same as the other one, same car, everything, but it's just 2 years older. And it doesn't have a digital dash. And it's like, it's basically around, it's like 26. And it's not too far from me. It's maybe a half hour or something.
I wasn't going to pit, bastards.
At this point, I don't really want to settle. I don't know why all of a sudden I really want that digital dash thing. You know, my dad's like, oh, it's just more for free. Like, I don't know how do you get on the ground.
Ready.
Digital dash are pretty cool though.
Fuck yeah, dude. You like Google that shit for 2019, 18, 19, 20. Man, they have all those different modes. It's fucking rad, dude. Like, you get in drag race mode, and get fucking gas things in the pack. Pretty much.
Oh, there we go. Outside. Clear high. Clear high.
I like at first I was like,
Yellow
no
flag.
big deal, and then I wasn't, it's no big, like I could live without the factory stuff, but come on, get it, I want it all, every option I can get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I did set the radio, like, when my uncle was talking to salesman, I was in there fucking around with the, radio and shit, and it's got a good stereo, sound stereo.
Coming to the green.
Man.
Ready.
Okay, this one guy, he's big, fucking this Jonathan Price. He got down for sound. He's like the monopoly of fucking car audio online. And I bought this, it's called an A81. What it is, it's a handheld amp dyno, so you can test all kinds of shit with your stuff with it. Well, I lost the CD that goes to it, and then the negative prong that you plug into your power wire and shit, it broke or something. I don't know, something was wrong with it. So I sent him a message, and I asked him where, you know, if he knew how I could get replacements for these. And he said, oh, I don't know. Now, this is a guy that sells hundreds and hundreds of these motherfuckers, probably thousands and thousands of them every couple months. Fucking, he gave me a fucking email, but no one ever answered. I emailed these people for like fucking 3 months. Now, I never looked at the box because I figured he could just fucking, you know, he'd print me the right way. Plus, if I want to, he's like a distributor too for me. And I looked on the box and there's a different fucking email. And so I fucking put that in, went on the computer, and they have all their shit on there. They sell amplifiers. Now, they have the CD and the piece I need. I'm gonna like 18 bucks for both. And fucking, so I'm gonna definitely order that shit. But I was looking at their amplifiers that this place makes. They're sound quality amplifiers, not, you know, SPL stuff. But this amp is a 1500 by 4, and it's like $83,000. It's like $8,300. That's what this fucking thing costs. I'm like, what the fuck is in this fucking thing? Fucking gold. And now I'm pretty sure whatever you hook it to, your shit's gonna sound like the most clearest thing you've ever heard in your fucking life. But I ain't spending $8 grand on a no amp. It's fucking crazy. But I'm definitely gonna buy the pieces for my shit, because that thing, when I bought it, it's like a 500. It costs almost 500 bucks. But it checks everything, like your DC voltage, all kinds of shit, your impedance rise, like what your subs are rising to, live power, fucking amp dyno. It does everything. Of course, a lot of people, if they ever test their shit with it, then they get really depressed because they see these amp dynos. Because the same company makes a big amp dyno. The thing's like fucking $4 grand. And the guys on YouTube that are testing with these, they have huge battery banks, okay? So they can keep the volts up. So if they want to test it at 14 volts, they can keep it right at 14 volts or like at 15 volts or whatever. So when they test an amp, the power output that they're showing what that amplifier can do is it's the most perfect situation. They also got these other things they hook to the speakers, so it doesn't, there's no impedance rise or drop. Because like you can have a subwoofer wired to 1 ohm, but because of what they call box rise, what it actually is, when a subwoofer moves, the impedance changes. And depending on your box and shit, it might be a little bit or it could be a lot. But if you're wired at 1 ohm, you're not going to be at 1 ohm. You're going to be somewhere probably between 2 and 3 ohms. And so for instance, like if you use this AM1, let's say the amp dyno you've seen on YouTube said the amp does 3,500 watts. Well, you put that in your car, and let's just say you're someone that, you know, you just got, it's just stock electrical. You might even have an extra battery, but you don't have, you know, real good wire, whatever, just kind of, you know, low grade stock stuff. You may not even be getting 1,000 to 1,500 watts out of that amplifier. And when people see that, they're like, oh shit, you know. But it's a good tool to have because you can see what stuff can really do.
Right.
Like my amplifiers are supposed to produce 8,100 watts. Well, I had them clamped, and they only did like 4,800 each one. You know, so or it might be a little less than that. I have to look at the video. It's 4,000 something. It's right around half the power. And I got fucking a MacMan 370. I have 4 runs of power wire that go to the back. I got 2 huge fucking batteries, and then I have another. There's actually 2 batteries under my hood, a regular starting battery and another battery. I think I need more grounds. I think that's hurting me. And I only had, like, my amps, there's, what is it? 2 powers, 2 grounds to each amp, and that's how I had it wired up. But they got these little things that you can put in there, they call them reducers, so to where I can actually have 2 powers going to each one. So for each amp I would have 4 powers and 4 grounds, and that's what I'm going to do before the next competition. That way maybe I'll have a little bit more power. Man, I hate this track. I cannot figure out how to go fast on this fucking track. This fucking Durban. I was good on the old one, because on the old one you wanted to kind of stay high and then you cut down and try to get your nose and get your car right down on that white line. But I can't, this setup, I just can't do it. There I did. But then it floated out and I hit the fucking wall. I just found out I can't figure it out. Where the fuck's Bob?
My guess is Bob's eating his dog's pussy.
Man, I don't think I took a pill.
Holy shit, my nephew's. I can't believe they're playing with those and we won't until like fucking 9. I mean, the little dude stays up late. I mean, it's fucking like almost 1 and he's just signing on and shit. I mean, my mom's like, can you come over and blow up the air mattress for Ty so, you know, he can go to bed when they get here? I'm like, that kid isn't gonna go to bed at fucking like 10 o'clock. At least I don't think he is. Little kid's almost 13. He's fucking staying up. It wouldn't surprise me if he wanted me to come over and hang out. There's another Mustang up in Toledo it's like kind of opposite. Set up as the one I just looked at. Like a blue almost. It's got dark. I mean, this one didn't let me have the black accent package, but like it's a lot darker. But this one has like all chrome, it's more chrome accents. Like the wheels are chrome, it's optional. I might go look at that one.
That was a great lap.
Even my uncle, he was like, yeah, I'll just, you don't have to trade it in, but I would see, you know, what they're doing. I'm like, probably not. They're not going to give me what I want. It's not going to, you know, because he kept saying, you know, his big thing was, like, the rest of the little stuff until he found out how much it was. He wasn't really, he was like, yeah, that's just what happened. You can drive a car, you drive a rental car.
Clear low, white flag, bring it home.
Which I wasn't, if it wasn't for the headlight thing, I probably would do that. I would try to talk a little bit more.
That'll earn you a few minutes.
Yeah, that's crazy that fucking headlight fucking costs that much.
Yeah, my dad went and he gets a deal on that shit too. But if you get an OEM headlight, it's freaking. I think he said it was like $1,300 or $1,400.
It's crazy.
And even the dealer, he was like, yo, before I looked it up, he was like, you know, I was like, yeah, probably at least got $1,000. He's like, yeah, no doubt. Wow. I think they said they had to put a headlight in a fucking F-150, and he said it was like $1,200 or $1,300 for a fucking headlight, because it's all the fucking LED shit.
Alright, you're coming to the green.
You know, with the accent lighting and all that other shit.
Inside.
Yeah, that's expensive.
Let's go. Focus. All clear.
Alright.
See my lights are LED and they're super fucking bright because they got like an amp on them. But like it's a box that you hook to your lights, and they have like they last for so long. And a lot of people, man, they hate my headlights, but man, I tell you what, if you drive a vehicle that has those super bright headlights you see on the highway, you wouldn't want to drive another vehicle. You can see so fucking well, man. And
my dad's Fusion has like stock factory LED shit, and like I live on the country. I've used his car before, and it gets dark. It looks like a fucking football stadium lights up the field.
I know, my uncle's like, why do you need lights so bright you can see up the rabbit's butt? I'm like, hey man, I'm just telling you, when I bought that thing and we were coming home in the dark and you could see like, you know, on the side of the road, because the big thing is, see, you can see the ditch, you know, and yeah, I get like the ones I get now. I don't. There's different ones, but the ones I'm gonna put back in my Tahoe, I think my cost on them is like it's under $100. I think it's around like $70 to $89. But they sell like at AutoZone and shit for like fucking almost $200.
Yeah, I mean, I've thought about getting those fucking whatever bulbs like this, you know, to replace my halogens. But I mean, you know, they're like, I'll probably have more to go.
Yeah, the ones at Walmart suck. Fucking, okay, so one of my headlights blew out, right? And I've just gotten lazy. I just haven't done it yet. So one of my headlights is still good, and then I got the brightest one like they have at fucking Walmart, and it's a different color. It's more of a yellow color than fucking like the type of color that mine is. It's just not as good of a light.
Huh. They have like a bluish like a bulb.
Yeah.
They have regular white ones too. I didn't know.
Yeah, well, I didn't think it. Yeah, it's kind of yellowish color. Because they have the bluish one and then they have the yellowish one. And I thought the yellowish one was a little cheaper. It's supposed to be clear, but it actually looks kind of yellow. I wish I would have went with the blue one. But I'm just going to order some of the ones that I get. And I just don't know a lot about those headlights. You know, because there's different ones.
Right.
And
I would, you know, like, sounds cliche, but I just go to, anytime I like, you know, need to know some shit, I just go to Google, man. There's so, you know, like 3 seconds you can find it. You at least get you pointed in the right direction on the shit usually.
yeah.
Sometimes you gotta modify your search and do a search or two, but you know, usually that, I mean, just like that tire thing, like I didn't know what, I mean, I knew kind of a little bit about the different tire types and shit, but I didn't know what the letters meant. So I looked at the tire and it was like, I googled what this meant, and you know, on a speed rating or a temperature rating, and this whatever the other.
These guys, I don't know, man. These setups, they handle good. They run, these setups run real smooth. Now the Eldor setups, man, the Eldor is just fucking loose. I don't know, but they just don't have that fucking, I don't know. They just need something small extra to make them a little bit faster. Because I've been driving dirt quite a bit and I've gotten used to it, but yeah, you can buy like the fucking, I think like all the expansion pack, everything for this game for like $10, $10 or $12.
Which one are you playing?
NASCAR Heat 5.
No shit.
Yeah. Shit's like 80% off on there. It's fucking nuts how cheap some of the games are.
I bet you already bought that shit. Son of a bitch.
I don't have any of them. I'm thinking about maybe doing it, but I was like, I need a fucking.
Yeah, that's fucking. I mean,
all right, you're coming to the green. Ready.
Never did nothing.
Green flag.
After I tried to find it, like fucking probably still charging. You can buy like, I know at one time you could buy Heat 4, the deluxe edition of everything, and it was like the same price as just the add-on stuff, or maybe $5. I'm like, I already have the fucking disc, you know? I don't need the game on my hard drive. It's so weird how they can do that shit, you know? It's like, oh, I can buy a digital copy of the game and get all the same shit on another $30 on the fucking add-on.
Well, that, and see, the guy I got these setups from, he sent me his controls, and he has his shit set very, very down. So, like, you won't spin the tires, your steering's not as quick, and that shit helps with the dirt.
It helps in general.
Now, I did take the throttle up one click, because I just felt like it was just too slow. He says it's all a timing thing. I just killed the car. There's no fucking caution, seriously?
Last lap, hit your mark.
Last lap, hit your marks.
High five that stage. That'll get the job done, driver.
Okay.
Because I told my dad though, I was like, man, after driving that thing, that for the car, I'm like, whenever I do get one, I'm gonna have fucking fun in that motherfucker. I told him, I was like, I'm putting that Sport Plus mode again, and that motherfucker it was humming, dude.
Right rear.
It's got fucking paddle shifters too.
I'm changing the tire pressure, see if that helps any. Oh, this fucking outdoor. Yeah, paddle shifter, man.
It's like a fucking, like, you know, that's just like the mode, man. It's like, you know, I thought it would change.
Alright, be smart out here. Going green. Almost ready.
I'm telling you, man, normal mode is Sport Plus. Oh, actually, there is a regular Sport. But, you know, so Sport Plus would be the third fastest mode. There's green mode, and there's normal, and there's Sport Plus, track, driving. And then, you know, Sport Plus is normal, Sport Plus is fucking amazing. I mean, I got on it a little bit, but not me. Like, my last go for the car and stuff. I mean, I can do what you have. That fucking like zoom.
Man, I don't get this.
Yeah, like most automatic is like, I don't know. Sport Plus or
Go, driver. White flag is in the air. That'll earn you a few speed points.
Just can't figure the tires out. Because when you go down the tires, it should tighten your car up. I got the wedge up all the way. So I'm gonna go down even further.
up or down? I thought to tighten the car up, you went down on the wedge.
No.
Sure, because most of my setups, I think, start in like 54 range or maybe a little bit lower, and then I always end up getting, I think I get like 60 or less.
I don't know. We'll try it out here. Damn it, I don't think I got it in. I do believe your wedge is opposite of your tires. Your tires you go down to tighten it up, and your wedge you go up.
Coming to the green,
I think.
driver.
Am I getting confused? I'm not sure.
10 laps to go. Car outside. Hold your line. Got one down low.
Man,
now.
this dude just fucking slammed me straight to the fucking wall. Dude, I think you might be right. That car felt better.
Usually anytime I think when my shit's like loose, I always go down on it.
I know I'm gonna wreck this motherfucker. This K Racer has fucking wrecked me way too many times for one fucking night.
Alright, you're coming to the green. You ready?
I am. I'm driving straight to the fucking wall.
Clear highway.
Ooh, I don't know. This car's pretty loose.
That's the thing, I don't know why, but that thing
Yeah, you definitely go up on the wedge. That thing's fucking snappy loose now.
well, that could be because it can be counteracted with something else, but I don't know.
Yeah, I can't keep straight. I thought that's the way it was. That you went up on the wedge, down on the tires. On the outside tire. Back outside tire anyway.
Clear low, bud.
Okay.
Here you go, driver.
I don't know, that's weird because I always end up going down with mine, but maybe whatever else I fucked with it, like balances it out. Maybe by going with the wheel lock so low and the wedge a little bit lower. I just wish those games were fucking complicated. I mean, I understand a lot of people like that shit.
Fantastic job today.
Yeah, I don't know how people figure out how to set cars up. I don't know how people figure out how to set the cars up and what does what, and you know, and all this fucking shit, because
probably why it works for what I do is because I fucking turn the damn wheel lock down as much. And even a couple of other tracks I have set up for, I just like the same thing. I don't go zero, but I get down there pretty low. And then if I loosen it up a little, I think I usually put, like, if my Talladega set up and shit like that, I put it at like, it's usually like 52, 54 when I get them. I put it at like 47, but my wheel lock's at 0, so, and usually that's like it balances out enough where it's like, it's not snappy loose, but it's loose. It's a tick loose where it turns, rolls out of the corner. I haven't played that game in a long time. I'm totally way off on all that. Fucking SpongeBob, motherfucker! Dog rapist.
my fucking phone's acting all fucked up.
Damn, I thought that was Bob for a minute. Usually he's jamming the music. I forgot. My fucking favorite band's putting out a fucking new song at like 3 in the morning because they're in the UK and it's like some normal time.
Yeah, this church behind me. I sent you guys a picture of what's in the front of it. It's a sign. It's a sign.
Church?
Yeah, the one I told you where the, say, I guess gay people go or whatever. But it says, we believe that Black Lives Matter. No human is illegal. Love is love. Women's rights are human rights. Science is real. Water is life. And injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. I forgot to go. I got killed. But that they have that sign like outside their church. And the crazy thing is, I don't think I've ever seen a black person there. I don't think there's any. There ain't a lot of people who go to that fucking church. Not, I haven't noticed, but.
5 laps to go.
My first lap was 19 seconds, 19.731.
My poor nephew, my poor uncle, man, he's fucking brainwashing my dad on COVID shit. I was trying to be fucking not get on my rant. Couple times I did. He's like, oh, well, CNN, their COVID coverage. And I'm like, and he's my dad's, I don't know. They're all pretty close together. My dad's gonna be 70 in October. I think he's the youngest, so I mean he's probably 66, 67 maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say because he looks young for his age too. But a couple times the COVID talk came up, and I kept, putting my 2 cents in. He's like, you're vaccinated, aren't you? And I'm like, hell no, I'm not vaccinated. He's like, you sound like my doctor. Well, you probably should be. He kept saying, like, how this Delta variant is, is so bad and this. And I'm like, the Delta variant, I've been over this. I was over this like a month or 2 after.
I know, but do you see what it's done to India?
That's a third world country.
No, I know.
Body's piling up over here. I'm not even. It's everything else.
It's just more contagious, and man.
And yeah, because it's a variant of the cold virus.
Yeah,
I told him the same thing. He told me that, and I was like, you know what? And he even said, he's like, the COVID virus is in the same family as the common cold. I'm like, exactly. And if the fucking look at the symptoms of the dangerous Delta variant, it's goddamn cold symptoms. What happens when it's cold in flu season? It's fucking, yeah, absolutely. So what are you saying? That since they got the other version of it, a little bit more contained, that like actual real like cold flu's coming back around and this thing. Colds are contained. That's why they have a cold.
Well, and they're having an uprise right now of actually colds and respiratory stuff that normally would happen in the wintertime. And like this one doctor said, it's because everyone was wearing, like she said, you needed to wear the mask, to be protected against COVID. But since people were wearing the mask, like they were, your body ain't used to the normal germs, so people are getting sick with that in the summertime.
You're gonna lose in a goddamn live in a fucking germ-free fucking bubble. You gotta be exposed to your immune system boosted so you can fight shit off. But it's kind of like, it's kind of like you fucking, you're in a sterile environment all the time, and your body doesn't have to. It's almost like your shit weakens, and you're more susceptible of it. Once you finally, it's like, okay, I'm gonna live in a bubble for 6 months, and my body's gonna kind of just chill out on the defense stuff, and then I'm gonna jump back in the normal world. So it's gonna take time, and that's where this cold version of the fucking coronavirus.
I mean, I chose, I went ahead and chose to get the shot. No, I mean, I went ahead and got, the fucking shot, but fucking I ain't gonna wear fucking mask all the time and shit. I don't really wear it at all. And you know.
And I keep seeing shit on Facebook, these fucking things certain are like, even if you're vaccinated, you should wear a mask for certain. Well, wasn't the whole point of, everybody forgets, wasn't the whole point of getting this fucking shot is so we could get back to normal and not have to ever wear masks, you know, but they always keep...
I know, I fucking seen they're fucking trying to do, like, mask mandates again and shit. I'm like, dude, they are not going to get people to fucking wear masks again. That shit ain't going to happen. You got people to go get shots, they ain't going to wear masks.
Yep, I told my uncle the same. He said the same. Well, the cases are rising. I tried to explain to him, I'm like, he's like, well, he just like gave me some number. I was like, okay. Well, this is, I told him about the Florida thing. I was like, when I was in Florida and stuff, or in February, we watched the local news. And that's something a lot of places didn't do, but Florida sure did. The local Panama City News, they would put, you know, they would put the little ticker on the bottom and tell the positive cases. But they would also tell you the negative numbers, you know, so you could do the math and figure out how many tests are. So, like, if they had 200 cases, they would give the negatives, and it would be like 1,300 total tests. And, you know, it looks bad sometimes when you see, like, a high number, like 2,000 cases. But they never tell you how many tests. I mean, are they doing 10,000 tests? A lot of times they actually were. But they won't tell you that because when you get 2 out of 200 cases out of 10,000 tests, that doesn't look so bad.
Right.
Very low percentage of people testing positive. I think they're, you know, you're hearing a little bit about this, you know, because for some reason they want to keep this shit going. You don't see these hospitals like getting overrun. Not anywhere I've seen.
Well, they say they're starting, like in Missouri, it's real bad there. They're actually bringing people from Missouri to Iowa right now. But they say that 98% of the people that are in the hospital from COVID are people that have not been vaccinated. That's the that's the big thing they're trying to push right now. They're trying to say this is like the war against people that won't get vaccinated. Well, fucking, now to me that's just too convenient. You know, you wanted everyone to be vaccinated by a certain time, and then fucking that didn't happen. So now there's a Delta variant.
Yeah, because people are seeing through their bullshit.
I went ahead and did it because of my heart issue and shit like that, and because all the places that I go during the summer. So I didn't want to wear a mask. So I went ahead and did it for that. That way, because they say if you do get sick, you know.
I told him this too because he kept kind of putting that we're all out there. So I'm like, I'm not really thinking about it. Like he's brainwashed. I'm like, you know what? The thing about this, we're all adults, okay? You want to get vaccinated, you want to wear a mask, that's your choice. If I don't want to do this bullshit, I shouldn't, a person that is like me shouldn't shame you, and you should not shame me.
Yeah, I don't tell people they should go get a shot or whatever, or you should wear a mask.
You're an adult, I'm an adult, you make your own choice.
Well, even through this whole thing, I never had anything in my business that said you had to wear a mask, because I felt like it was people's choice. And, you know, I did wear a mask for a while, but I didn't make people wear it.
It's kind of like, I mean, it's like they're trying to separate, you know, like, people.
Because people would come in and, like, you know, like if I had a mask on, you know, they'd ask, you know, if they had to wear it. But no. I said, you don't have to wear one if you don't want to.
Like, when I was in Grand Rapids, you know, like, they don't have masks, and you can just feel like the Uber thing, like my Uber app and stuff. So it's like, are you going to wear a mask? Yeah, type yes. And there was a couple of the drivers that had them on, or like they put them on when they were getting there. And I asked them, like, you know, do we need to wear one? I'm not sure. Everybody's a little kind of definitely thing. And he's like, I think one said no, but still wore one. And then there was another one that had one on. And what I was like, it doesn't matter to me if you wear one or not. If you're cool with me not wearing one, you don't have to wear one. It makes sense at all.
Yeah, I didn't make anybody wear one. They'd ask, I was like, no, you don't have to. It's your, you know, you can wear one if you want, or you don't have to. That's just how I did it. I didn't have no sign on my door saying you had to wear a mask.
I don't really think even if you're in a car with somebody though, and one of those is really going to do a whole hell of a lot anyway. That will.
Well, and then everyone was, you know, kind of like,
mask or no mask, because half the time they're like, the shit, like, it's not like you're wearing an N95. You know, you just gotta have something on your face in the louvers. And, you know, I would have pulled out my bandana and fucking wore it like a fucking cowboy robber, you know? That ain't stopping nothing. And if I would have wore a regular, like, procedure mask, that's got, I always put it through the fucking gaps so I can breathe. I pull the nose piece so it's like there's a big gap at the top and make sure the side. I got these ones I kind of hoard whenever I say at work. They're like looser on my face, and I get okay airflow out of the sides and the top.
Yeah, the only ones I could wear were they were the Chinese version of the N whatever. They were like the KN whatever ones.
Yeah.
Those are the only ones that I could wear that I liked. The other ones I couldn't breathe out of.
There was, I heard when I was driving the truck.
I definitely couldn't wear no cloth ones.
Oh yeah, there's people I work with and they wear two. They wear a fucking cloth one and the fucking regular procedure. I'm like, Jesus Christ, how do you fucking breathe?
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
I'm hoping when I get to work. It's to like fucking, like not yell at the residents when they wouldn't wear them or wear them right. Every day that goes by, it gets laxer and laxer with the residents. And we started doing other shit with the actual workers when it comes to coronavirus. They're like, had people that were like working for home and they're coming back to work and shit. I mean, all it is basically, I think eventually, sometime soon, they're going to even stop testing non-vaccinated people, because I went down a while ago to my buddy's work, and we go to supplies, warehouses, other supplies. They had like, alright, they're outside. They had fucking pallets, fucking like thousands of rapid tests, and then we were just on there 12 They had a fucking order from them. They only had like 6-8 boxes of those things. I mean, the vaccinated people are still getting tested, but they're still testing the residents.
Well, and then, you know, there's people that's on the fence, and then the shit that happened with fucking all those politicians fucking kind of really, people's like, why should I get a shot? They were all vaccinated and they were on that plane, Kamala Harris and all them, and they all got COVID. Evidently, supposedly, the vice president supposedly had it, and she gave it to all of them. And fucking, because my dad was telling me about it, and I don't know if it's absolutely true, but if that's fucking true, you know.
Yeah, I didn't hear about that, but I try not to fucking read the fucking.
Yeah, I don't watch the world news. I watch my normal news, and a lot of times they get talking about the vaccines and shit like that. I'll fucking fast forward through it. You know, I'm getting ready to have my second shot. I'm hoping I don't fucking get sick. My luck, I'll probably get sick as fuck. Yeah, I might probably get it either Sunday or Monday. I can't remember the date. It was last month. The only thing I got from it is I got where the shot area was. It was about the size of like a silver dollar. It was red, kind of like it almost looked like a rash type thing. And my arm lumped up. There was a visible bump there for like fucking almost 3 weeks.
This chick in her 20s that's a cook, she when she got hers, she had this fucking like almost somewhere between a baseball and a softball sized lump on her fucking arm.
Yeah, mine didn't get that big, but mine was probably almost.
She was about to go back to the doctor.
I was too, and then I was too, and then fucking the next day I woke up, it was gone, but it was there for almost 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's kind of how hers was, but it was fucking huge. I was like, what the
We're
fuck?
going green. Almost
And then
ready.
that married chick that is kind of has a she's fucking other guys.
Five more laps.
She, her and her sister, they're the early versions. The first shot made it feel really, really bad, like really bad fluid kind of thing. And then the second shot, she felt like she was gonna die for it. She's not bad. She was like definitely fucking sick.
My uncle was. He
Fucked up, man. I don't understand. So basically, she was laid up when full said and done, probably close to a week. Most of the people who get the shit
Hold your line.
are laid up for less than that. I mean, there's always that chance that she gets the bad version of it, or you know, but most people don't. You know, like I even know somebody that died. But everybody else I've known from it, they've gotten sicker off taking the shots than actually the people.
Yeah, my uncle, he had COVID real bad, and I mean, he had it a long time. He was sick for a long time. As far as I know, he don't have no lung damage or anything like that. But when he got his shot off of the first shot, he got really sick. My aunt's like, that son of a bitch, he's got COVID again. Because that's how sick he was. He was sick like he had COVID all over again. I am gonna fucking, this fucker hit me again. I'm gonna tighten this car up just slightly. I'm gonna pit, and I'm putting this fucker to the wall. Cause I can't run. I love this Richmond track, but I get down too low. My car's just slightly too loose.
I remember I used to love Richmond back then. That shit was fun. And then fucking, they reconfigured the track, didn't they? I think they did.
Yeah, I don't know. This is on the dirt. It's probably my favorite track on the dirt.
Real old school ones, but I used to love Richmond. There's a lot.
Yeah, you'd fucking roll it in down low and fucking get back on it and fucking just take off.
Almost ready.
Yo, that shit was fun. I don't know, it's like a lot when they reconfigure these tracks. I used to like Phoenix, too. I haven't raced Phoenix much on the movie, but like, it's, I don't like how they have these.
Far down the inside. All clear.
And then aren't they gonna add things?
Yeah. My dad said it's gonna be like a fucking another Talladega.
Really?
Yeah, because of the banking and everything, so it's gonna be, you know, the way they draft and everything.
Well,
but
that might be alright then. You know, maybe it would be that whole class. It's already first class. I don't know.
tightened it too much, and now I'm pushing in the corner. Yeah, I can see my front tires, they're just sliding, like if they're on ice. Well, there it got down low, it wasn't too bad.
5 more laps.
I was...
Talking about Atlanta.
Yeah. Oh, I know what I was going to say. See, I was, you know, like how NASCAR isn't really like that. I don't know, like baseball. I hate their new extra innings. It's so dumb to me.
I haven't even watched it, what do you mean?
Okay, this is how they do extra innings. Each, they do inside the keep going normal, they put a guy on second base, and you basically, but here's the thing, if that runner scores, that they automatically put on second base. They don't, the pitcher doesn't get, like, that doesn't go towards the ERA or anything. It's just kind of like this imaginary run that's going to help them the game faster. So basically, tonight, like the Indians, and they've lost several games like this. They have a little bit. They should have won the game. Anyway.
Does the team get to pick who gets to be on second base?
No, it's the guy that made the last out.
Okay, otherwise I'd be like, man, they can put their fastest fucking guy on there. He's still fucking third, and all it takes is a bunt.
Still, but in theory, they put him on second, and they don't have to even have a hit to win the game. Get the runner in. They could have 2 fly balls and not even get a hit for that run. So I think, both teams that are in the same situation, they should give one out. So you at least need to get a hit or something to kind of earn the run if you're going to do that. I guess it's that there's a lot of people bitching about it. Like, I don't understand, like college football, for instance, team off of all these dumb rules and try to shorten things. Every now and then you get a team that goes insanely long.
I actually like the college football fucking overtime rule, better than the NFL.
Yeah, that is definitely good. But they had some other timing rules and this and that that shortened. These games been going on for a long.
The problem is it's the same problem going on with fucking NASCAR, right? So, it's not baseball, football, baseball, NASCAR. It's not their type of problem. The problem is the networks. The networks pay for all that shit, so they want these games to end so their next thing starts on time. And that's what's causing the problem with all this fucking shit.
That does make sense. Because, they always, like college football, they always have this time frame. And I'm like, this shit ain't gonna be over in that amount of time. Are you kidding me? Where are they from?
Yeah. Ow. My foot hurts. My foot hurts so bad today.
If shit runs over, what's the big deal? You got more time to have commercials and more advertising money,
Yeah.
I think it goes the same thing, but you might be losing fucking viewers once the game starts too. So, I don't know.
My fucking foot hurts so bad. I haven't took the Band-Aid off yet. I'll probably take it off tonight sometime. Let it fucking...
Yeah, I forgot to ask. How's that doing today?
It's fucking sore. I ended up going down to the business, and then, I don't know, around noon I came home. I was like, my foot was hurting so much. And then I fell asleep. Okay, now this is fucked up. Okay, so I fell asleep. Now I woke up around 5. Now my daughter played this song for me a couple days ago, and I only heard about 10-15 seconds of it. It's by Stone Temple Pilots, and it's a song they made up on stage, and it's called something coconut shark on the water, and anyway, so I fall asleep today, and it's called Shark on the Water by Stone Temple Pilots. It's stupid, but it's a stupid little catchy song that they made up on stage during one of the concerts. Yeah. Yeah, it's like...
Hey Google. Shark on the Water by Stone Temple Pilots.
So, I fell asleep today, and when I was waking up from my dream, I was dreaming